How is fraud defined in marriage annulment cases? Imagine entering a marriage thinking you know everything about your partner, only to find out later that some vital facts were hidden or falsely presented. That's where the idea of fraud in annulment cases comes into play. When a marriage is challenged on the grounds of fraud, it means one spouse intentionally lied or kept important information from the other, which led to the decision to marry. This isn't about small lies or disagreements. It's about deception that affects the core of the marriage. Fraud involves a deliberate misrepresentation or hiding of facts that are essential to the marriage itself. For example, if one spouse conceals that they are sterile, has a serious criminal record, or is already married to someone else, these are considered significant facts. It also includes hiding immigration status or a history of serious health issues that could influence the decision to marry. The key point is that the lie must be about something that directly impacts the marriage's foundation, not just personal habits or preferences. The person claiming fraud must prove that the other spouse knew they were lying or hiding the truth. This means showing that the deception was intentional, not accidental. It's not enough to say someone was dishonest. They must have knowingly misled the other person. The deceived spouse must have relied on the false information when agreeing to marry. If they would have married regardless of the lie, then fraud might not be proven. Another important element is harm. The deceived spouse needs to demonstrate that they suffered some negative effect because of the fraud. For instance, if they entered the marriage believing their partner was not married before and later find out the truth, they might argue they were harmed by that deception. Timing also matters. Usually, the person seeking annulment must act within a certain period after discovering the fraud, often between to and for years, depending on the state laws. If they wait too long, the opportunity to annul the marriage might be lost. It's important to note that not all lies qualify as fraud. Courts generally do not see issues like disagreements over personal traits or financial status as grounds for annulment unless they involve critical facts that go to the heart of the marriage. For example, lying about moral character or personality changes after marriage usually doesn't count. From a legal point of view, if fraud is proven, the marriage is considered voidable. This means it can be declared invalid from the start, unlike divorce, which ends a valid marriage. To succeed, the person claiming fraud must present clear evidence that the deception was both intentional and material to the decision to marry. In practical terms, if fraud is established, the deceived spouse might also be able to seek attorney's fees or damages in some cases. However, damages like money or punitive damages are rarely awarded in annulment cases. Understanding how fraud is defined in annulment cases helps clarify why some marriages can be declared invalid from the beginning. It's about protecting individuals from being bound to a marriage based on lies that fundamentally affected their consent.